catacombs, which form a veritable labyrinth beneath the very heart of Paris, were created in the galleries of the former quarries, whose stone was used to build the capital. Situated 20 meters below ground, the ossuary contains the remains of approximately 6 million Parisians, transferred there gradually between the late 18th and mid-19th centuries as graveyards, were being closed because of the risk they posed to public health. The first of these was the Cimetière des Innocents graveyard in 1786 in what is now the district of Les Halles. In the long maze of dark galleries and narrow passages, visitors can see a tableau of death with bones arranged in a macabre display of high romantic taste. The Alexandrine verse, Arrêtez, c'est ici l'empire de la mort halt. This is the realm of death. Above the entrance to the ossuary is just one of an extensive series of maxims, poems and other sacred and profane passages, giving pause for thought during the tour. This unusual sight movingly brings the history of the Parisian people back to life and takes visitors on a timeless journey. The catacombs represent the interface between the history of Paris and the Earth's geological evolution. 45 million years ago, Paris and the surrounding area were covered by a tropical sea. Dozens of meters of sediment accumulated on the seabed, forming over the limestone deposits visible in the catacombs today. Geologists worldwide call this period in the history of the world the Lutetian period. Alter Lutetia, the Gallo-Roman name for Paris, as early as the 1st century AD. The Gallo-Romans were using this limestone to build Lutetia from the 13th century onwards. The open quarries on the slopes along the river Beaver were replaced by underground workings to supply the huge quantities of stone required to build Notre Dame Cathedral, the Louvre city ramparts, the supporting pillars, bell-shaped roof cavities, quarryman's footpath and Portmain sculpture gallery, all of which can be seen on the tour, bear witness to the fact that mining activity was carried out at the site over the centuries. The quarrying left empty areas used to create the 18th century ossuary, which became the Paris catacombs. The bones from several graveyards and churches in Paris undoubtedly include the remains of many famous names from previous centuries, including, amongst others, the writers François Rabelais between 1483 and 1494 to 1553, Jean de La Fontaine 1621 to 1698, and Charles Perrault 1628 to 1703. The sculptor François Girardon 1628 to 1715, the painter Simon Vouet I 590 1649. The architects Solomon de Brosse 1571 to 1626, Claude Perrault 1613 to 1688, and also Jules Hardouin Mansart 1646 to 1708. During the Revolution, people were buried directly in the catacombs, including members of the Swiss Guard killed in the storming of the Tuileries Palace on the 10th of August, 1792, and victims of the massacres in September 1792. The remains of victims of the guillotine transferred there from their original burial pits include Lavoisier 1743 to 1794, Madame Elizabeth 1764 to 1794, Camille and Lucille de Molins 1760 to 1794, and 1771 to 1794. Danton 1759 to 1794, and Robespierre 1758 to 1794. The 4th of April 1777, Louis XVI established the Quarries Inspectorate responsible for protecting Parisian quarries. The City of Paris Quarries Inspectorate is currently working on this project. The 7th of April 1786, blessing and consecration of the former Tombeauxoir quarries, which became the ossuary known as the Catacombs. It took 2 years to transfer all the bones from the Cimetière des Innocents graveyard, which was the largest in Paris, 1787 to 1814. Transfer of bones from other Parisian parish graveyards to the catacombs, 1810 to 1814. Inkard to 3, the Inspector of Quarries. Carry out work to make the site accessible to visitors. 1859. The final transfer of bones takes place during the urban regeneration work carried out by Houseman. 1983. Management of the catacombs is taken over from the Quarries Inspectorate by the City of Paris. Cultural Affairs Division. 2002, Catacombs officially become part of the Carnaval History of Paris Museum. 2008, the Catacombs reopen after 3 months of work, notably in the Port Mayen Gallery, which has been closed since 1995. 20 meters, the depth of the catacombs, equivalent to a 5-story building. 213. The total number of steps during the tour, 130 to go down and 83 to reach the exit. 2 kilometers. The distance covered by the tour, 45 minutes. The average duration of the tour, 14 degrees Celsius. The constant temperature in the catacombs, 11,000 square m. The surface area of the ossuary, 800 meters. The length of the galleries in the ossuary, 6 to 7 million. The number of Parisians whose remains lie in the catacombs.
It's very bizarre. These arrows point in a direction. Occasionally also he stops to photograph roomfuls of bones, which means that he's very, very deep inside the catacombs. So basically he's filming what he's seeing very deep inside the catacombs, other than the point of view shots or pictures of human bones. The catacombs for centuries. So it is possible with these paintings that we may be able to retrace his itinerary to some extent. After about 4, we hear his breathing get louder and louder, as though something was scaring him. He's frightened, he's frightened. Occasionally he stops, perhaps to try to decide which way to run among all the many different corridors. He's running faster and faster and faster, deeper and deeper into the catacombs. And all of a sudden, we hear his breathing get louder and louder, as though something was scaring him. He's frightened, he's frightened. Occasionally he stops, perhaps to try to decide which way to run among all the many different corridors. He's running faster and faster and faster, deeper and deeper into the catacombs. And all of a sudden, this video camera